Do you know how amazing you are?
Fast life, fast pace, fast money. Fast life, that's the way that we've been living. Lose it all, make it back, then we spend it. This lifestyle got me.
How many of you are taught about the proper way of breathing? How many of you are taught about the energy centers in your body, or how beneficial meditation is? Hell, did anybody even tell you that you was breathing wrong? You're like, what the hell you mean breathing wrong? I know exactly. Like, did anybody tell you that you was breathing wrong? I wasn't told this. I had to find this shit out, but I wasn't told it. Did anybody tell you that if you're not taking in the right amount of oxygen in your body, that your whole system is operating inefficiently? Nobody told me that shit either, but I figured it out. The reason I'm asking this question is because, well, let's think about it like this. Okay, now most of you have been driving since you was at least 16. You might have been driving before that, but we're just gonna stick to the legal terms and shit like that, right? So most of you have been driving since the age of 16. Now, when you first got into your car or into this vehicle, you was probably a little bit nervous, you know, a little bit anxious to get started learning how to drive this car. And you would look to the left or look to the right, come to a complete stop, and, you know, put your seatbelt on and have your seat all the way up, you know, like this and shit. You would leaning back like that, you know. So, you know, you actually paid attention. But the longer you drove, the less amount of time you spent on the details. So you didn't always come to a complete stop at the stoplight or the stop sign. And, you know, you've been driving so long, you don't need the manual, so you know where the gas pump is at. You know that every 30,000 or 40,000 miles or so you can get an oil change. I said 40, goddamn. Every 3,000 or 4,000 miles you go get an oil change. You also know you gotta get your tires and brakes serviced. So, you know, these things you know. The only time you actually bring out that manual is if you get stuck on the side of the road and you can't figure out which fuse has blown or your engine's overheating, you're trying to figure out what to do, then you bring out the manual. Why am I bringing all this up? Well, it's because you are not what you have been told. I mean, you have a surface awareness that you have a soul and a spirit, you know, consciousness. But for the majority of the people, they associate themselves with the body. But the body is just a vehicle, just a car, right? It's just a vehicle to get your soul, your spirit, your consciousness from point A to point B in reality. So it has to use these physical vehicles, these physical cars, so incarnated, right? I got that from 7. Bomar, by the way. Using this body to get from point A to point B. Now, again, you are not the body though, all right? It's just an extension of who you are. And when you first got into your body, you was anxious, right? You had to figure out, you know, what this was, your hand and your face, and who you were as compared to someone else, and how do your legs work, and, you know, what kind of gas do your body take? Is it a meat eater? Is it not a meat eater? You know, stuff like this. And after a certain amount of time, you no longer think you need the manual until something goes bad. Oh, I gotta figure out what's going on with me. You go to the doctor and he tells you what's going on. You know, you start searching the internet to figure out what's going on. But again, who told you Nobody told you that you was breathing wrong. No one told you that meditation was beneficial to you. All these things should be in the manual. But no one gave you a manual. Everything you get comes with a damn manual, except you, right? That's why I tell people all the time, before you was even aware of it, you've been programmed. You programmed on what language to speak, what doctrine to follow. And most of you don't even question it. Don't question any of the program. Most of you allow the random app on your phone or your program, yourself, right? You allow the program to continuously run without question. I eat meat because I've always ate meat without question. I'm a Christian because I've always been a Christian without question. But you didn't even have the choice on some of these things. Now you do have the choice now, but now the choice has so much emotional blackmail attached to it. It might be a little hard. It might be a little bit hard for you to make that change. So, I'm just bringing certain awarenesses to you. But yeah, you are not the body. You are the consciousness. And because you've never been told this, you don't realize how amazing you are. You don't realize how unique you are. There's no other person on this planet like you. Nobody else has went through every experience that you went through, has dealt with everything you dealt with. So you have a unique experience that you can share with people. You have unique talents and skills that you can share with people.
Fast life, fast pace, fast money.